So here's some stats about the Bible versus other historical writings and historical books. The earliest copies of any part of Plato or Aristotle's work are from approximately 1,200 years after they were written. Do you think there could have been some things that changed in that 1,200 years? The earliest copies of Julius Caesar's historical work is 1,000 years after it was written. The smallest gap in a famous piece of literature comes from ancient Greece, Homer's Iliad, and even there the gap is 400 years, and we only have one manuscript, one copy. And then a lot of other ancient authors, we only have a few manuscripts in existence around the world, even though they lived all these centuries and had all these people that were copying. But what about the New Testament? Look at somebody say, what about the New Testament? Because it's just the same as every other book. It's just the same as every other philosophy, right? The earliest evidence that we have is a fragment of John's Gospel, which I've been preaching from a lot today, dating to approximately, what do you think, 1,500 years, 1,000 years, 400 years? 30 years after it was written. There are around 100 portions of the New Testament dating to the first 150 years or so after its writing. We have 6,000 Greek manuscripts from the early centuries, which have a textual agreement amongst them of 99.5%. This is from historians. This is from archaeologists. This is not some preacher trying to twist things. 99.5%, and everyone agrees that those errors, those changes are only punctuation and different things. It doesn't change any theology or any doctrine. Let me ask you this. If I told you to write your story 6,000 times, you wouldn't be able to get 99.5% correct on every copy. I'd probably get 12% as much as I forget. So how did these people that without the internet, without saving copies on a hard drive and sending it to their friend and say, hey, just copy and paste what I wrote, how did it get 99.5% correct with 6,000? Now check this out. In addition, we have 20,000, not two, not one, 20,000 manuscripts of ancient translations from Greek into other languages. So it's not just one culture. It's not just one people group. It's not just one type of person. Well, they all got together and they just conspired with each other. No. There's 20,000 copies in other languages, people that never mixed with each other, people that didn't even like each other. Their cultures were prejudiced to each other, and they still had the same word of God.